What's going on, everybody? So today we're going to do round 2 of my fluid change. So the tools you're going to need is a breaker bar, a ratchet, extension, 10, 21, and 24 millimeter sockets, 6 millimeter Allen wrench, a funnel with extension, jack stands, your Toyota World Standard compatible ATF, a drain pan, and also a jack. You also need a way to measure the transmission fluid temp. You can use an infrared thermometer or a ScanGauge 2. I'm going to compare and see how close the infrared thermometer is to the ScanGauge 2 in this video. First thing you're going to do is jack up your car and make sure your car is level front to back and side to side. Then remove your front driver's side wheel. Behind the front wheel, the next thing you need to remove is the splash shield with the two 10 millimeter bolts. And that right there is the transmission fluid fill, and that's a 24 millimeter. Next thing you want to do is remove that, and you always want to remove this first, because if you remove this and remove the drain, or if you remove the drain first and you can't get this open, then you're out of luck. You can't fill the transmission. So you want to always open this one first. Okay, the next thing you want to do is come underneath the driver's side and find the drain plug for the transmission. Right there. And that's a 6 millimeter Allen. Okay, with your drain pan in place, you're going to open up the drain plug with your 6 millimeter Allen. Sometimes I use a wrench for a little extra leverage. There it goes. There's a secondary red straw inside this. And you want to take that red straw out. And let it drain completely. I'm going to reinsert the straw. And tighten it back up very lightly, because it's plastic once again. Just like that, just snug. And then you're going to want to clean off your plug. Reinstall the plug. And you're only going to do this snug right now. You'll see why in a minute. Just like that. You can see in the drain pan we removed about 2 quarts. So we're going to overfill the transmission with about 2.5 quarts, and then we're going to drain out the excess. On the bottle I marked 2.5 quarts. So we put 2.5 quarts in and then drain off the excess. Okay, using the flex funnel, you're going to insert the funnel into the fill hole. And then you're going to pour the 2.5 quarts into the transmission. And reinstall the plug. Then reinstall the splash shield. And then reinstall the wheel and torque it down to the required spec. And if you have a ScanGauge 2, you're going to take the OBD2 connector and connect it to the vehicle's OBD2 port. With your foot firmly on the brake pedal and your e-brake on, you're going to start up your car and go through all the gears a couple times. This helps get the ATF through the torque converter and ensures a proper level. For the remainder of the procedure, you're going to keep the engine running. This is very important. Once the transmission fluid temp reaches 104 degrees Fahrenheit, you're going to want to open up the 6mm drain. You want to do this between 104 and 113 degrees Fahrenheit. As you can see, I'm using the infrared thermometer and it shows 103 degrees and it shows 104 on the transmission fluid temp on the ScanGauge 2. Go ahead and remove that drain plug and let the excess drain off. At the end of this video, I have one more comparison between the ScanGauge 2 and infrared thermometer, so please stay to the end and check it out and let me know in the comments what you think between the two. Once it starts to gurgle, you want to put that plug back in and tighten it right up. The transmission is now filled to the correct level. And here's just a little comparison with the old transmission fluid on the left and the new on the right. As you can see, the old stuff is really dark and opaque, and the new stuff is nice and clear. So it's a good idea to do this regularly. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button to help me grow my channel. Thanks. Just one more comparison of the infrared thermometer versus the ScanGauge 2. As you can see, they're pretty close, and that's up to you whether or not you want to use the ScanGauge 2 or if you trust the infrared thermometer. Thanks again.